All right. Well, about the current Baylor room, I guess
Yes.
you've got a lot of new additions to the wide receiver room.
hmm
I guess what do you like about those new guys, and how do you think they're going to fill the gap of all the production that you're losing?
So to everyone else, it's the little things. And talking to me is boring, because I'm a shooter straightforward, but, it may not be what people want to hear. So little things like what people say, but to me, it's big things. For example, I don't have to make them practice hard. I could be honest, last year with some of the older guys, when you older, I was even like that, like, here we go. The new guys don't, because it's something new. But with the rest of the guys, they come out and they practice hard every single day, no matter how hot it is, no matter if it's raining. And so for me as a coach, I love that. The mistakes is my job to fix. That's why I'm getting paid. Shoot, if they had it figured out, they wouldn't need me.
How important was it to bring in a couple of more experienced guys to help that room?
Very important. Uh, Not necessarily to say, hey, we don't have playmakers, but as far as the maturity level, that's why we need that, because I could say one thing, but then to hear from your peer, it sounds a little different. My parents probably don't want me to say this, but it's like my coaches in college could get me to do things that my parents couldn't, and of course vice versa, but it's all about those relationships. So when you bring in an older guy, they feel a little bit more comfortable asking them instead of Coach Bate, and then also, yes, the playmaking ability, it makes the competitive edge, rise. When you're a young guy and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go start as a freshman, and you're going against other freshmen, it's a little bit easier. When you got that senior that you're competing against, when you're a freshman, you got to raise it. And if that senior, that freshman is going like a Taz Williams, guys better pick it up.
How big was it to get Ashton back for another year?
Huge. Yeah. What?
What is he
You thought I was
rated?
gonna lie
What
to
else
you?
is he?
Shoot, huge to get him back. I mean, if you watched the games like I watched, and then the maturity level, and then for him to be in this offense, he's been in this offense longer than I have, so that was huge. I wouldn't say it takes some of the stress off. I mean, and I shouldn't even use that word stress because not to sound arrogant, but I really don't. I try not to, especially when you played for the coach I played for. Every day was 4th and 1, and I love that. And so, yeah. So just having another coach with an Ashton and a Josh.
Is there another step that you expect from Josh? I mean, after the year he had last year, like, can he keep getting better?
Yeah. If you notice, it doesn't take me a long time to answer because I already got him mapped out. Josh needs to be more of a vocal leader. And I have a relationship with him and his family, so it's not like, oh, Bake said this in front of the media. No, it's the truth. Hal was more of the vocal leader, the dog for the whole team. When Hal spoke, everybody listened, even some coaches, And so for Josh, he made plays, but it's now time for you to be a vocal leader, I don't believe in the lead by example thing. I mean, anybody could do that, Now it's time for him to take that next step and be more of a vocal leader.
Did he surprise you at all? His step that he took last year?
No. And Josh will tell you that. It has, no. I know to everyone else it has. You know why? Because Josh doesn't talk. Josh isn't flashy. But from the moment I got here, Josh worked hard. And I'm not saying completely Josh is me, but if you ask Josh from the moment I got here, it's like, you remind me of myself. And the reason being, when you play with a Percy, a Lewis Murphy, a Andre Caldwell, a Riley Cooper, Jamel Cornelius, all these guys run a 4-4, 4-2, 4-3, and here I come with this high 4-5, 4-6. But I work hard, and it's constantly like you're trying to replace me. So he reminds me of myself on that. So it didn't surprise me. I was shocked with the 10 touchdowns, so I can't say that. Now I can't brag about that. I'm like, I'm the one in the room with 10 touchdowns. I gotta come up with something else.
Do you feel like I mean, based on what you're saying, I think he does, but do you feel like he's got NFL talent?
Of course. I mean, can I say this? I mean, Stevie Wonder could see that. I don't know if I can say that, but I'm going to say it. I mean, of course he has NFL talent. The guy going to work hard. It's the same thing with Hal Presley. Hal's getting a bunch of phone calls. Hal took a visit and met with the team, and Hal didn't have a bunch of yards. And so I'm using this in the room. They want to draft Hal all because of how hard Hal blocked. And I love that kid, that young man for even listening. Because, there's a game where you have 2 catch. Shoot. The game when he blocked the hardest was the game we had 0 catches against Tarleton. Go watch it. And here it is. I'm a coach. He doing what I'm telling him to do, but I feel bad. I'm like, hey, Hal, it's going to come to you. It's like, nah, you said block, I block. I'm like, yeah, great job. Exactly, you did. And, and so now I'm using that in the room like, look, He was the fourth leading receiver, and he's probably going to get drafted all because he played all.
How important is blocking on the outside in this offense, and where does that buy-in come from?
Honestly, for me, I know it didn't start here. Like for me, it started in high school, and then it started when I played for Larry Fedora, who used to be the OC here. He was my receiver coach at Florida, and that's all he would talk about. And then, like I said, when Coach G, Coach Meyer, Coach Mullen, all those guys came there, it was like, hey, you better be tough. I mean, sometimes I shy away from talking about it, but I bring it up. Everyone saw the documentary. Like, you lock the doors, and you're not getting out of here. And so when I became a coach, it was the same way. You know, I tell the guys all the time, I'm a receiver coach, but I coach like I'm the O-line coach. And the thing behind that is, if you could deal with me screaming and yelling, getting this close in your face, even taking the gum out so I know sometimes that I have bad breath and I do it on purpose, then you could deal with the fans screaming and yelling and all other things. Plus what I dealt with, you know, playing in the SEC. And I slapped the guy at Tennessee. Like, that was the worst mistake of my life. And I had to find out real fast, like, hey, this isn't high school ball anymore. And so that intensity is where the blocking comes into play at.
I guess you got a lot of young players, specifically Taz. Like, what do some of these young freshmen that came in with maybe some hype, what do they need to do to kind of be part of the group?
And so I would say this. There's no secret that I have social media. Everybody see, like, the posts I make and everything. But because of, again, what happened to me my sophomore year, I don't really read DMs. I don't pay attention. I don't look myself up. But I'll see things about Taz. And I'll be honest, it not that it bothers me, but it's like he's not the only young guy we have. You know, like Ashton Jones is making plays. That young man is going to be really, really, really good. Because he does some things, and I'm just like, well, dang, I didn't even teach that. You know, and then Ja'Cory is just a natural. And so with those three young guys, you know, coming in the spring, showing flashes, like I told those guys, if we can get the 26 class with this 25 class of receivers, Baylor will be back like they were back in the day when they were called wide receiver U. So I'm just looking forward to that. One day at a time, though. You know, one day at a time. I have to say that because I'm constantly telling that to them, so can't look ahead. But those three young guys, I'm so proud, I'm so excited for them.
You seen anything from Mason with the move from corner to receiver?
Yes.
I know he's doing track too, but
Yeah. So please play all this. So I'm so glad everybody is bringing this up. So I actually, I remember Mason Dawson was a sophomore, and I was working at the University at Buffalo. And the head coach there was Maurice Linquish, who played here at Baylor. And so Martin Dossett, I want to say he played before Mo, but Mo knew all about him. And so we called his high school coach, and you look it up, I was his second Division I offer. And so I've known Mason since he was a sophomore. And so when I got here, his junior year, I was recruiting him heavy. Recruiting him heavy his senior year, and then all of a sudden Powell came and snatched him from me. I'm like, what in the world? What are we doing here? But now I'm excited for Mason. Really what I'm excited for, and this is me being honest, this is bait, you know? That's why everybody love me. I'm going to say whatever I want. God protect me. But I'm excited for him to make the Big 12. I'm already calling. He's going to make Big 12s in track. You know, so that's what I'm excited for, that he's getting a chance to live his dream. You know, his dad went to school here, you know. Sorry.
What have you seen from Jaden Porter?
That's Rook. So he's going to get mad at me because I told him don't tell anyone. And so his mom keeps telling me to change his nickname. So I don't call him Rook because he's young. I actually call him Rook because the first time I saw him, I said, this kid is going to play in the NFL one day. So now he's probably mad like he told everyone our secret, but that's why I call him Rook. And so I'm extremely hard on Rook because our relationship, you know. He came to Baylor because he grew up for Baylor, but there's no secret. Jalen came here because he wanted to play for Coach Bate. And also I stayed here because I love Baylor, I love Coach Aranda, I love the team, but I love Jaden Porter. And so I'm extremely hard on him, but Jaden name, his picture is going to be all over the school by the time he leave here. So Jaden, you got to make sure you pick it up because I just said that. So,
Rook.
yeah.
Thanks, Al.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Coach.
Appreciate
Take
it.
care.
Thank you. Just how comfortable have you gotten? I mean, just kind of getting in the mix right away like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been real comfortable here. Like, ever since I came on my visit, it's been a family environment. Coach Baker, everybody always calls me. So when I got here, it was like I fit right in.
I mean, what stood out about Baylor? You have mentioned Coach Baker, but I mean, yeah, why Baylor?
Really, for one, the family environment. For two, I had a former teammate, Ashton Hawkins, who plays here and excelled in the offense, and he was just telling me like, this is the place I need to be. We run a similar offense, pretty much the same offense as I ran at Texas State, so it's really easy to pick up. And I know in this offense I could get open real easy. So, and it's pretty close to home too.
You played with Coach Spout for a season, right?
I didn't.
You
I
did?
got there the year after.
Okay, cool. And then so with Ashton, how has y'all's relationship developed, and how cool has it been to see him get another year?
Oh yeah, that's real cool. I mean, ever since I got to Texas State, he showed me the ropes and everything, and we were the two starting receivers there along with Joey Hobart. So, I mean, that's been my dog since we got to Texas State, and I didn't think we would end up playing again. So to see him get another year, that's real cool.
What do you bring to the offense? Just in terms of your style or whatever.
I bring a lot of speed, a lot of just quickness. You can get the ball in my hands, or I can take you up top. So I feel like I bring a lot of experience as well because since I was a freshman, I've been playing, and everywhere I go, I just fit right in and I go. I'm a real smart guy, so my IQ is up there, whether that's helping freshmen or just people my age, and I can take help as well. So I feel like I just, in all aspects, I help a lot.
I guess do you fit with the they're replacing a lot in the wide receiver room. Do you feel the need to kind of be a leader? Like how do you fit into that group as a leader?
Yeah, I feel like I definitely need to be more of a vocal leader rather than just leading by example. I'm a man of many words. I mean, a few words. So like, I don't really say too much, but I feel like sometimes you can lead by example, but others learn differently. So I need to also be able to lead vocally.
Blocking is a big deal in this offense. I know Bake really stresses it. How are you on that end, and is that an area where you need to get better, I guess?
I feel like I do need to get better in terms of my blocking, just because I'm a small guy, but I've been blocking my whole life. Like ever since high school, I mean, we used to run like I formation and things like that a little bit. So I'm used to blocking. Like I had really good coaches in high school, and they stressed blocking just as they stress blocking here, and they stress blocking at Texas State as well. So I feel like it's not really anything new to me. Blocking is really just an attitude. If you go up and if you're scared, then you're probably not gonna have a good outcome. But if you go up there and handle business, then everything should be good. So
How was your relationship with Sawyer throughout so far this spring?
excuse me. It's grown a lot. Sawyer's a real cool dude, especially getting in here, and we even like watch film after practice, just us, like without the coaches, and he always checking in, calling. So it's grown like drastically.
Oh, I guess how's it going? How has spring been for you? New guy coming in, learning a new offense. What's it been like the transition coming here?
It's been smooth. The biggest thing I like about this place is that it's a Christian community. So it's really warming. I grew up in the church. So it's really everybody around me just pushing me to become closer to God before football, which is allowing me to thrive in football. So that's the best part about it.
How does this offense fit you think?
I think the offense doesn't only fit me, but it fits all the guys like Kole. We just brought Kole in with me, and even the freshmen. Like we all got speed. Josh, Ashton, with the experience, and they got speed too, great hands and stuff. But I think, the offense kind of fits all of us for real. It's very explosive, and I don't really want to give up, the
Right.
tips and stuff. But
You mentioned Josh and Ashton there, and that's about the extent of the experience. I mean, there's not a lot of experience in that room. Do you feel like you need to maybe even come in and be a leader, that kind of thing?
my coach, Coach Baker, he's talked to me about being a leader and stuff, and he's been helping me along the way. And I think just the way that I've learned that the type of leader I am, I like to lead by example and just put in the work and hope that the younger guys and the people around me just follow as I, give it my all each and every day and just build on days. But I think being a leader is definitely a role I have on this team. But right now I'm just focused on stacking days.
Yeah.
When you chose Baylor in the offseason, how important was it that Sawyer was coming back, the O-line was all returning, the running backs were coming back? How did that kind of come into play?
Yeah, it was something I studied before I hopped in the portal, just to see, like, returning quarterbacks, and not even just that, just the culture. What kind of culture is it? What's the mindset of the team? And like I said, I like the mindset here. Everybody wants the same thing, and everybody works hard, and I like it.
We talked to Josh Cameron a lot. I guess, what's he like as a new guy coming in? What has it been like having someone like Josh, who has kind of had a really good year last year? What's it like playing with Josh?
Josh, I like Josh. Josh, he's a guy that I mentioned before. Not only he's going to push you out here on the field, but off the field, he's making sure that you're maintaining whatever you believe in. He's not going to force God on you or nothing like that, but he's just making sure that you're being the best version of you as far as going to class, being on time to everything. So I give him his props. He's a good leader. Can't lie.
Blocking is a big deal with this offense. Bake really stresses it. How is that for you? Kind of like Kole, you're not the biggest guy in the world.
Yeah, I really appreciate Coach Bake for some of these techniques that he's taught me since I've been here as far as blocking. It's really helped. Like you said, I'm not really a bigger guy. So he's taught me some tips and tricks as far as getting leverage on blocks and stuff that's helped me in my blocking game. But like I said, still a long ways to go. Just trying to stack days.
What have you kind of seen from Sawyer so far this spring?
Sawyer's been a good leader, at just how Josh is, holding everybody accountable from being here on time to going hard every rep. He's been very vocal, and I like Sawyer. Sawyer was actually met me at my hotel when I got here on a visit, which showed me a lot about his character, so I like Sawyer.
You developed a connection with him or any of the quarterbacks, I guess.
Yeah, I really like all the quarterbacks. They all cool. All of them competing. All of them got arm talent. All of them have different strengths as far as, where they want to put the ball and stuff. But I really like all of them. I can't lie.
Walker seems like he has a different personality. Like he's, I don't know, just a little different.
Walker, yeah, he's a man of God. Walker, I really appreciate Walker too, because Walker, when I first got here, he came up to me. He already knew who I was and stuff, because we played each other. He was at Auburn and stuff, but he was like, "You come to church with me Sunday?" I was like, "Okay, Walk, I'm going." And we've been building that connection ever since.
How does that Auburn-Alabama thing work?
Well, we've learned to just put it behind us, because we're on the same team now. So yeah, we joke about it here and there though.
Are you a little extra motivated for that non-conference season opener against Auburn?
Definitely. Yeah, not only me though, Coach Bake is too, because he played at Florida and stuff, so he always telling us about it. Coach Bake, yeah, well, I was at Florida, we never lost to Auburn. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's definitely a big one for not only me but everybody. We're ready to go out there and work.
Does he ever does he ever surprise you when, like, I saw him run down the field and do the victory dance with you? I mean, does he surprise you sometimes?
Coach Bake,
He can move.
He can move. He still got it now. Coach Bake, he's a funny guy, but serious at the same time, very locked in, but just finding that balance and getting better every day and not playing too much, but just being coachable. Not only just everybody, but Bake is an interesting guy. Yeah.
And he lost weight. So
And he lost weight.
He did. He be out there
Like a
running the
bunch.
laps. He did.
He told us about it.
Yeah.
That was about half the interview.
I be seeing him out there.
Last question, what have kind of you seen from the freshmen on the roster so far?
Freshmen, I think they've all been working very hard. Like in fourth quarter, none of them quit. I mean, we've had, a couple of nicks and bruises here and there, but they've all been fighting through them. So I commend them. I mean, they all locked in. Don't none of them just go out and do no crazy partying or nothing like that. They all hang with each other. I think that's going to be a special group.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Coach.
you.
Appreciate you.